Hi Rachel, welcome back to our appointment.
Hello.
So first we're just going to start by reviewing the information. So your plaque score went from a 2.4, which is fair, to a 1.3, which is good.
Yay.
So you did go down by 1.1%, and that was one of our short-term goals, was to decrease the plaque score by 1.0 at each visit. So you did meet that goal. Very good job. And your bleeding score went down from 45% to 36%, which is still good, but we didn't meet our goal of going down 20% each visit. Don't be discouraged. You still did good. I'm glad we're still making progression by going down. Do you know anything like why it might not be progressing as fast?
I love my Coca-Cola and Big Reds.
Okay. So yeah, I think that could also be added on to it. I'll try to teach you a little bit more about proper oral hygiene, and hopefully we can get this down faster. But you're still making good progress. I don't want to discourage you. You are doing great. So let's just go over our goals from last time. Like we said, decrease and maintain a plaque score of 0.5. We're getting down there because you keep decreasing, and you decrease by 1.0. Our second long-term goal is to halt the progression of periodontal disease by reducing the bleeding score by 0%. And you did, well, we didn't meet reducing it by 20% this time, but we have made tremendous results. Yeah, okay. We made great progress. And then today we're going to talk about caries lesions, and we're going to get into that in just a moment. But first, I just wanted to go over the things we learned last time. Do you remember what plaque was?
Yeah, it's a buildup of stuff on your teeth.
Yeah, like that bacteria. And just demonstrate that brushing method that I taught you.
I don't remember the name, but we got to do it at an angle.
Yeah. And make sure you're doing those little short circular motions.
That's what I'm doing.
You're doing a great job.
Yeah.
Right. And then we're just going to remember how to floss that. Do you remember how far to pull it out?
Up my arm. Let's see.
Yeah, right there.
And then I have to make sure when I'm flossing that I do a seat. I'm left-handed, and I told you that the last visit. I'm kind of awkward with things, so this is pretty good for me. So then I make my little C, and I saw down slowly, and then I'm gonna shimmy up as a C, and then I'm gonna go down again, and I'm gonna do the other side, the other tooth.
Yeah, that's great. This is very great. I'm glad you remembered that from last time. We can definitely see it in your progress, so you're doing great. Give yourself a pat.
Yay!
All right. So today we're going to get into caries. Now, do you know what a caries is?
No, I know what a cavity is.
Yeah, everybody seems to know what a cavity is, but caries are going to be a disease of the hard structures of your teeth, and it's going to be the demineralization of that organic material.
So I guess if I don't get rid of the carie, then I get a cavity?
Something like that, yeah.
Okay.
You're on the right track.
Okay.
So do you know how caries are formed and what causes them?
Probably my sugar drinks.
Yeah, that is a cause. It's going to be caused by that biofilm on your teeth, and when they're exposed to carbs, and carbs are going to be like cakes, cookies, right? So if you are ingesting that, it's going to help with the demineralization process. And basically, with that, once the carbs are introduced, it's going to progress that demineralization process, which can lead to caries and then to cavities. And acids are going to be produced once they're exposed to the carbs, and it's going to start breaking down the hard tissues of your teeth, which, like we said, can lead to caries and cavities, which, this don't look too good.
No.
And the acids are going to be produced 20 minutes after ingesting sugary liquid beverages, and then 40 minutes after fermentable carbs, which is going to be like the cakes, the cookies, and all that.
So the acid develops in my mouth?
Yes, it does. It's going to be all in your saliva, and it's going to coat the teeth, which causes demineralization.
So if I ate the sugar or carbs and then brush my teeth, would that help?
That would help, yes. And one way to do it, if you're at work, especially because I know you're a nurse, you don't have access to, just go brush your teeth. So one way to do it, especially if you're busy, is just wash your mouth out with water. It'll help, knock some of it off, and it's better than doing nothing.
True. Okay.
So we want to make sure we're doing that. And if you let it sit on your teeth long enough, the caries lesions will develop. And
I do notice sometimes when I have a lot of sweets, candies, or I always say it feel like fur on my teeth.
Yeah, we don't want that. It feel furry, you know. For me, it just makes my mouth ache. I can't stand it. And do you know what some treatment options are for caries?
I have no idea.
It'd be stuff like sealants,
Okay.
professional fluoride applications, or fluorides at home sometimes, like varnishes. You ever had a fluoride varnish from your dentist?
That's what I recall.
It's like a little brush and you just brush it on your teeth like that. We have antimicrobial treatments and then also prescriptions. Now, do you know what happens if caries aren't treated?
I guess it turns into a cavity.
Yeah, it could lead to a deep caries, and worst case scenario, you will lose the tooth.
Oh.
Which we don't want,
I just barely got teeth.
yeah.
I only have 24.
24. I got, what, about 28?
Yeah.
We're 4 away from each other. Now, do you know how caries are prevented?
I guess I need to brush my teeth and stop eating all the sugar things.
Yeah, we definitely need to cut down on
and
that.
the carbs.
Yeah.
So.
And also stuff like mouth rinses, like the toothbrushing method I taught you, that's really good for getting off in those proximal areas. Subgingival, which is going to be like under your gum and all that. And also chewing like xylitol gum, which is going to...
What's a xylitol gum?
So it's gonna when you chew sugary gum, it's gonna put all that on your teeth. But xylitol gum, it actually helps strengthen the enamel of your teeth and stuff like that. It's way better than chewing, the regular gum we chew.
So is that sold at the store?
Yes, ma'am. It is sold at the store.
Okay.
All right, and also, like I said, cutting down on
it
those
tastes
carbs.
good.
It does. I have some actually. It's pretty good.
Okay.
All right. We did pretty good with that. Next, we're going to talk about fluoride. So, do you know what fluoride is?
I know it's supposed to protect your teeth, but I don't know what it is.
So, it's going to be naturally occurring, and it's going to help build, and actually, it'll strengthen your teeth even more, like the hard surfaces of your teeth after you use it. Now, do you know what the purpose of fluoride is and what are the benefits?
I think it protects the enamel on your teeth.
Yes. And it's also going to help with that remineralization. So once you have that biofilm on your teeth and, you get those carbs, and it's going to further that demineralization process, fluoride is actually going to help bring those minerals back into your teeth when it was demineralized and all those minerals came out of your teeth.
Okay.
So that's why, and they're going to help with your teeth a lot, and it's going to, and help enhance the mineralization process.
I didn't realize all that went on in my mouth.
Yes, ma'am. It's a whole war in there.
Yeah, I could see.
Now, do you know where fluoride might be found?
It's in water.
Yeah, it's also going to be in like city fluoridated water supplies. They actually have it out. Bottled water. Like I said, mouth rinses. Even from the dentist, they'll give you fluoridated products and such things like that. All right, you're doing good so far. And just to help add on to that with the fluorides, I want to talk about supplemental aids. Now, do you know what the purpose of supplemental aids are? Or what they are?
I was just going to ask, so what is a supplemental aid?
So it's going to be stuff like a power flosser, like the
That's
water.
That's what I want.
Yeah, they're really popular right now.
Maybe Santa could get it.
Maybe I'll get it for you for Christmas. A floss holder, things like that, that's going to help you get in those interproximal areas and help better the oral hygiene process.
Okay.
And the purpose is to get in those interproximal areas and especially with people with limited dexterity, which is like limited movement. We want to help give them aids to help get into the areas they need and, give them the chance to have proper oral hygiene. Now, do you know, well, I gave you this one. Do you know the types of supplemental aids?
Well, we just talk about a water flosser, the dental picks.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know.
It's going to be stuff like that, yeah. Floss holder, the water irrigator, which is basically going to get...
What about, I got me a tongue scrubber.
Yes, that's also going to be one. So, when you can use your toothbrush as well. If you have a powered one, you just turn it off and you're going to do strokes downward on the tongue.
It doesn't seem like it. I like that tongue thing.
Tongue scrapers are very good. They also help get that biofilm and all that bacteria off your tongue. So that is one as well. Now, Do you know how supplemental aids are? Well, I gave you the answer to this one too. Do you know how supplemental aids are used?
The ones I have, I know how to use them.
Do you have any examples you could give me for some? Well, you said you have a tongue scraper.
I have a tongue scraper, and I like to scrape my tongue because
Mm-hmm.
sometimes I brush it and I still see a little white film a little bit.
Yeah.
So my tongue scraper gets that good.
Mm-hmm.
And then I use the floss sticks, but I don't know. That's why I want the water pick thing because sometimes I don't seem like I get everything.
Yeah, so that could definitely help. You said use the pick.
Yeah,
Those...
the one with the pick with the string across it.
Oh, like the little placard. Yeah, those could help. The only issue I'd say about those is sometimes when you're using those, you might not get the plaque off, and you might just shove it deeper in the pocket.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, water irrigate, like a powered water flosser could help that too. It could help get under the gums and all that. So if you want to get one, I definitely
And I have like a back molar that's like tilted different. So it's difficult to get.
Yeah, that also be something. Is it the back, way back?
Yeah.
Also something like a rough toothbrush. So you see how the end of this one is more pointed out?
Uh-huh.
There are special toothbrushes where it's just this end, and it helps get the back of those molars or back teeth where you can't really reach it. So I definitely look into something like that, you know. Okay. I'll write it down for you and stuff like that. So how often should we use supplemental aids?
Well, I think you should floss at least twice a day.
Yeah.
I'm once a day. I was addicted to floss sticks at one time, and I don't know. I think at one time I was just doing it too much and irritate my gums.
Yeah, that could irritate your gums.
Yeah.
One that could help you would be like it's gonna be like a floss tip. It can help stimulate the gums. You do want to help stimulate blood flow to the gums, but we don't want to irritate them.
Yeah.
And like I said, supplemental aids you can use multiple times a day, and for some maybe just even once a day because we don't want to overdo it with hurting our gums. All right, and I just want to review some other information. It looks like you do have caries on tooth number 3, number 14, and number 19. So I would just recommend you to a dentist so they can have those caries restored.
Okay.
And then I want to go ahead and set a recall appointment with you, and it's going to be pushed 6 months, and we do that because we want to have enough time to monitor, you know, your oral hygiene, but just long enough so that it doesn't progress into anything that might become serious. It gives us the time to, you know, actually go in and give you the cleaning and all that. So
okay.
We don't want it too short, too soon, and we don't want it too long. So it's going to be July 12, 2025, and that's when we'll see you. Let me go through anything else. All right. And do you have any questions so far while I go through all this?
No, every person, not even a dental office, got me eating healthy.
Yeah. So, yeah, like those health habits and like eating habits, that's definitely going to be an important aspect with oral hygiene. So we want to make sure we're paying attention to that. So your long-term goal is going to be to have those caries lesions restored by 4/30/22. And our short-term goals are going to be to understand the cause of caries and the relation between diet. So do you understand like the cause of caries?
Yes.
Yeah. So do you know the cause of caries?
Yeah, the cause of caries is carbs and sugary food that turns into acid and things in my mouth and then deposit on my teeth and then starts, I guess, eating the enamel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's definitely a pretty lengthy process. I know you might not get it all right now, and that's okay. That's why, this was a lot for me to understand, so I understand if, it takes a little bit, but yeah. So that's why we want fluoride to help, fix that process with it's going to aid in the remineralization. It's going to attract calcium and phosphate, which are going to really help build those hard tissues of your teeth. All right, and we're going to make you an appointment with the dentist for those restorations by 12/01/21. And then final one, we're going to have you use fluoride rinses.
Okay.
All right. Is that okay with you? Do you think these are, obtainable?
I think they're obtainable. All
right, and you said you didn't have any questions?
No, it's just going to help me lose weight by cutting out more of these sugary foods.
All right. And I just want to, remind you that, this is a partnership. I'm in it to help you. I want to see the progress you make. And by doing this, you help me. This is a learning experience for both of us. So remember that, keep up the good work. You're doing great, you know.
Thank
Even
you.
though, don't be discouraged by, you know, not meeting the goal. You still did go down by 9%. So, you know, I'm very happy to see you're still making progress.
Thank you.
All right, you have a good one.
All right, bye.